Hey, what's going on everybody? My name's Dr. P. Welcome back to another video. Now, yesterday, Fortnite dropped a brand new game mode. It's called Ballistic. Let me break it down for you. It's a first-person tactical shooter. It's round-based, and it plays off of elements of other games like CSGO and Valorant. It's totally different from what you might be used to when you're playing Fortnite, but I think it's really cool. It's really a nice change of pace, and it's a lot of fun if you would give it a chance. But because it's so different, today what I wanted to do is sit down and talk about some of the best tips that I would offer up to somebody who may have never played this kind of game before. And even if you have, these are some unique elements of the game here in Fortnite, and generally speaking, things that I would want somebody to tell me before I played my first game. So before every round, there is a buy phase, and the thing that I learned pretty quick is that shields are the most important thing, at least to me, that's my opinion. But yes, I'm suggesting that you always buy shields. Any chance you can, as much as you can, however much you can afford, always do it. The first round, which is the pistol round, I think you can only buy one shield, but you should always try to get 2 shields when you can. You can have a max of 50 shield. You would not believe how much of a difference this makes. And this game, this mode at least, is still in its infancy, and so many people on the first round, and even beyond, really, throughout the game, aren't maxing out their shields in favor of equipment and better guns, and that stuff is great. Maybe that's a strategy for you, but ultimately I don't think you can keep up the pace doing that. I think the meta of this game is going to evolve to where you basically have to get shield every time, so that's definitely what I would recommend. Something else I picked up on right away is how broken these flashbangs are. I don't know if you guys have been hit by these flashbangs, but it is next level blinding. It makes Call of Duty look like just some tiny little thing, right? Like, these right now are so broken, you need to be using these. And not only that, you can have some strategic spots that you throw on right at the beginning of the round that can totally throw off the other team. Like, you would not believe the amount of times I've been playing in ranked and I get hit by this insta blind and I'm like, where in the heck are they throwing this from? So of course I had to go and check it out and replay, and yeah, this is a great spot. It works on either side, attacker or defender, but it's a lot easier from the defender side. Check out this replay, for instance. I was in a game and me and one of my teammates got hit by this because of how blinding it is. It takes you out for like 7 seconds or so, maybe even longer than that. And in that time, the other team has time to make an advance and come and get your teammates. But this totally threw everything off in this round. Even if you can hit just one person, it is a really worthwhile thing to do, especially if you can throw off their sequence and make them question things a little bit. You need to also be careful that when you're throwing these, you don't hit your teammates, because your teammates are going to be affected by various types of equipment, like a flashbang, like the impulse grenade kit. There was this guy in my game that was just a complete asshole throwing the impulse thing at the ground, knocking us back, making us more susceptible to the incoming flashbang grenade from over the wall. So I mean, if you're going to use that impulse thing and you're going to try to get ahead like that, you should really communicate with your team, but that's a different story entirely. You just need to be careful of these grenades that you're throwing because they will impact your teammates. When the bomb gets planted, you need to pay attention. Now, this is one of my biggest gripes with this game mode right now. It is really difficult to understand, one, where the bomb is even planted. It's not like COD, where it has like this major marker on the bomb after it gets planted. You can't miss it. Right here, defuse the bomb. No, in this one, like, you can tell, but like, it's just not obvious, right? So I've gone to one bomb site that was wrong before. Whatever, my mistake. But not only that, if you're playing on controller, I had no idea how to even defuse the bomb. Luckily, I'm playing on PC on controller, so I figured out I can just press E to defuse the bomb, but I genuinely have no idea how to plant or defuse the bomb on controller. So you might encounter that, and you might need to, be there to defuse the bomb, even if your teammate's sitting there, because right now, looking all over Reddit, all over social media, people are saying the same thing about being able to plant and defuse. Also, now I don't understand this one. There's no timer, at least from what I can tell. I could be wrong, but I don't think there's a timer on the bomb, so it's kind of like you're just hearing the ticks. Or maybe you could set a timer, maybe the time, the time is predetermined, but it doesn't tell you. So that leads to some moments where you try to defuse the bomb where you otherwise never would try to defuse the bomb, and you die as a result. And you don't want to die with your loadout. Like, you don't want to get blown up by the bomb for no reason, because dying when you have so much stuff on you is pretty tragic because you lose everything upon death and then got to buy things back. So ideally you'd want to keep your gun and stuff like that. Yeah, for as good as this game mode is, it's still very, very raw, and it's kind of buggy in a lot of ways. Like, I don't understand how they couldn't put a timer. And again, I could be wrong, but I haven't seen a timer. It is difficult to understand where the bomb was planted, and then sometimes you can't even defuse. That's an issue. Like, that's my biggest gripe. But for that reason, you need to pay attention to the bomb and be on top of it, because there is not much time once that thing is planted. Headshots in this game mode particularly are so important, guys. You cannot overstate the importance of getting headshots. It does a ton more damage, and every single shot you take, whether it's a headshot or not, any bit of damage you inflict on your opponents is a big deal because they can't heal mid-round. So every shot, you can really hurt their chances of impacting the game in their favor. If you get shot down to like 20 health and you only have a pistol in the first round, you can't really be doing much. You got to kind of hide and play safe. Whereas if you know you've tagged the enemies up a lot, you can get aggressive and, you know, things open up from there. Something I've also found to be successful is rush planting, like taking everybody and planting the bomb fast. Of course, that comes with some inherent risks, right? Because you really don't want to be rushing around corners in this game mode. It's so different than Call of Duty. If you're thinking, oh, this is search and destroy, it kind of is, but it's more like Valorant, CSGO. You really don't want to be running around corners. It impacts the aim in such a bad way. But rush planting, if you can pull it off, is almost a guaranteed win every time you plant it. It's going to put so much pressure on the other team to get in there immediately because, again, you can't see the timer. They don't know for sure how much time they have left. Panic ensues usually, and you start picking them off one by one. Do you guys have any other tips? Let me know in the comment section down below. I've been loving this game mode. I really have. Wish they would just go and fix the bugs and implement some of those other things I talked about regarding the bomb, but having a lot of fun. It really is great. I can't wait to keep climbing the ranks. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.